This morning, we have new reaction to the apparent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump and what authorities are learning about the man in custody.
Plus, we'll show you how to skip the lines and mail in your ballot ahead of the November election. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on this Monday. I'm Kyrian Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for tuning in. It was a hot weekend.
Yeah.
Warm.
And you spent a lot of time outside over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Had a lot of games outside. The kiddos were playing in, and yeah, those shady spots were pretty full. It was hard to find some shade. Going through a lot of water, and I don't think we're going to get any relief from the warm temperatures either.
Yeah, not even with fall starting on Sunday. Yeah. But you know, and we need a little rain. So
sure do. Bad, yeah.
Yes,
really
real bad. But we're going to check in now with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's getting us up to date this morning. How's it going?
Guys, it's definitely a warm start already this morning. The humidity levels are higher and our dew points are already in the upper 50s near that 60-degree mark. You won't need a sweatshirt or lighter jacket. It's a little sticky outside. We'll have similar conditions this afternoon compared to what we did yesterday. We are 6 days out from fall. Feels nothing like fall, though. Yesterday, we had areas top out near the 90-degree mark, even 91 or 92. That was the case in Boscobel, the Dells, Janesville. We topped out at 89 yesterday in Madison, and temperatures are going to be similar out there as we head for this afternoon. Partly sunny skies, though, so I do think we'll have a little bit more cloud cover than yesterday, but temps heating up, already going to be pushing that 70-degree mark by about 8:39 in the morning, mid-70s by 10, and then we'll be definitely into the 80s by that lunchtime hour, and a couple areas will again top out in the 90s again this afternoon. We're about 15 to even close to 20 degrees above average. We'll talk about our rainfall that we've seen so far September and how far below average we are right now. We'll recap all that coming up.
All right, Savannah, thank you. This morning, the FBI is investigating what appears to be a second assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump.
This morning, a suspect is in custody, and Trump says he is not hurt. The FBI is identifying the suspect as 58-year-old Ryan Ruth. He's a former North Carolina resident now living in Hawaii. Investigators say agents fired at Ruth, who had a rifle in the bushes along the perimeter of the Trump International Golf Club, where Trump had been golfing at the time.
Between 300 and 500 yards. But with a rifle and a scope like that, that's not a long distance.
The suspect then drove off. Local authorities arrested him without incident. Officials say they recovered an AK-47 style rifle, a scope, and a GoPro camera from the scene. Orrin Ruth says he's the man's son. He calls him a loving father and says reports don't sound like the man he knows. He says he doesn't know what happened and hopes things have just been blown out of proportion.
Law enforcement points to his past, though. He's had several run-ins with law enforcement. Plus, he's been vocal on social media where he's attempting to recruit soldiers to fight against Russia in Ukraine. The suspect also supported Trump in 2020, but at some point switched his allegiance to the Biden-Harris administration. Both President Biden and Vice President Harris say they are glad that Trump is okay. Vice presidential nominee Tim Walz said the same. They say they condemn political violence of any sort. Biden, meantime, says that he's taking steps to ensure that his former rival has the protection resources he needs.
The Wisconsin GOP also responded to the incident, saying in part, quote, "It is the responsibility of Republicans and Democrats alike to stand together against those who would perpetrate acts of violence against our fellow citizens." The Wisconsin Democrats have not released a statement just yet regarding the assassination attempt.
Meantime, Wisconsin Senate candidate Eric Hovde has responded, saying that after 8 years of the left and the media calling him everything from a threat to democracy to Adolf Hitler, is it any surprise that we're having this violence? As I've been saying throughout my campaign, it's time that we tone down the political rhetoric and divisiveness, put on the red, white, and blue jersey, and come together as Americans. His opponent, Senator Tammy Baldwin, has not commented.
With the election less than 2 months away, the window to request an absentee ballot is open. And this morning, we're going to walk you through it.
All right, Michelle Renee Quinn is out live this morning to let us know what we need to do. Good morning.
Chris, Kyrian, good morning. Before you get started, you do have to be registered to vote, and you will also need a photo ID. After that, the process is fairly simple. When you open up your computer, log on to myvote.wi.gov. Click Vote Absentee by Mail. Enter your name and date of birth to confirm you're registered to vote. Once registration is found, you can confirm the address you would like your ballot to be sent and request the ballot. You will need to confirm your identity by uploading a valid form of photo ID. Valid forms of ID include a driver's license, passport, school ID, or military or state ID. So any non-expired identification that includes a photo. It does not even need to have your current address. You will then be asked to select which elections you'd like an absentee ballot for. Review your information and submit your absentee ballot request. You'll be presented with a screen that updates the status of your ballot, and you can log in anytime to check that status, even after returning it. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is 5 p.m. Thursday, October 31st. Once you receive your ballot and make your vote, there are multiple ways for you to submit it. If you'd like to vote early, you might see yourself using one of these absentee ballot drop boxes from your city. Now, this is what it looks like for the city of Madison. You can also mail in your early absentee voting. Otherwise, if you would like to vote in person, you can drop it off on Election Day at an in-person absentee polling place near you.
All right, Michelle Renee, where can we find one of those drop boxes?
Yeah, so if you log on to myvote.wi.gov, you can enter in your information and find the locations nearest to you.
All right, Michelle Renee this morning, thank you so much. Well, the Wisconsin Brewing Company in Verona held their 8th annual Puptoberfest. Take a look at this. The money raised goes to Occupaw's Guide Dog Association. They provide service animals for the visually impaired at no charge. The event included vendors, beer, activities, live music, and raffles, with 100% of proceeds going toward the raising and training of guide dogs.
All right, one of the wonderful events going on out there over the weekend.
Yes.
Gosh, it was hot. It's hot for these types of events. You know, I've been complaining about it for a while now.
Yeah.
You are just...
It seems like you're just ready for winter, aren't you?
I love the transitional season.
Okay, well, we'll transition into it when we're ready.
Eventually.
Good and ready.
Doesn't look like it's going to get here anytime soon, Savannah.
Yeah, no, guys. The temperature is definitely going to be staying well above average. This morning, it's not a bad start. You won't need a sweatshirt. It's a little sticky and humid out there. Most overnight lows falling into the 50s, mid to upper 50s. We'll talk about the warming trend we'll see during the night and also how long this above average temperature pattern during the afternoon is going to stick around.
And still to come, Amazon updates their recall rules, how it will affect you.
And also ahead in the 608 this morning, we're live in Janesville with more on a fundraising concert for Delivering Bags of Hope. We're going to show you some of the impact that you can help make right here in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, brought to you by Toyota.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Tammy Baldwin's partner is Maria Brisbane, a Wall Street wealth advisor to the ultra-rich. They spend their time in New York and D.C. in their multi-million-dollar homes. But Baldwin fails to report their jointly owned assets or Maria's clients, who get rich off industries that Tammy regulates. That's a conflict of interest raising serious ethical questions. Two-faced Tammy Baldwin. She's not for us anymore. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Oh, another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, 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 nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
We all know costs are too high, but while corporations are gouging families, Trump is focused on giving them tax cuts. But Kamala Harris is focused on you.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll make groceries more affordable by cracking down on price gouging. And she'll cut housing costs by taking on corporate speculators. Middle-class families build America. We need a leader who has their back.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, you know what a life-changing experience it can be. What you may not know is that trucking law is extremely complex. We have a powerful team with the knowledge and resources needed to win. Don't wait. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We have a history of top-notch results and over 35 years of winning for injured people. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Women need to pay close attention
to what Eric Hovde says about access to abortion.
Hovde's all in about opposing reproductive rights.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
And he wanted Roe overturned.
Do you think Roe versus Wade should be overturned?
Yes. So Eric Hovde is okay with politicians overruling decisions of doctors like me.
My patients worry about what Hovde will take away next.
A vote for Eric Hovde means we'll lose even more control over our lives.
Women Vote is responsible for the content of this ad.
The kindness, the efficiency, the respect was amazing.
From start to finish, they will take care of you.
I never hesitate with family, friends, neighbors to recommend Cardinal, and nobody has come back to me and said I was wrong.
3 years ago, I had an abortion of a desperately wanted and loved baby. Joan Ballwig wants to ban all abortion, with no exceptions. Not for rape or incest, not to save the mother's life. I know what it's like when women have to make these heartbreaking decisions. The very last person who should have anything to do with it is a politician like Joan Ballwig.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:11, we're back on a Monday with your Consumer Reports. There are countless online marketplaces, but few are as vast as Amazon. With millions of items available, it can be hard to know which products are safe and which could put your family at risk. Our Michelle Renee Quinn brings us the latest Consumer Reports.
Suni Lee Brown is a busy mom of 3.
We live in the country, we farm, we can't get to town. I can have something here in a couple of days, maybe a week.
She shops on Amazon, sometimes directly from Amazon, other times things that are fulfilled by Amazon or FBA. A third party, not Amazon, sells these items. But Amazon handles the packaging and shipping from one of its fulfillment centers. Why does this matter? Recently, the Consumer Product Safety Commission unanimously determined Amazon may ultimately be liable for notifying you about unsafe or defective products and providing cash refunds or replacements that were purchased through the Fulfilled by Amazon program. The decision focused on more than 400,000 units of faulty carbon monoxide detectors, non-compliant children's pajama sets, dangerous hair dryers sold through Amazon to FBA program, all of which the CPSC said were defective and pose a risk or serious injury or death. Consumer Reports says this new rule is good news.
This is clearly the right decision. Otherwise, products that could injure or kill people might slip through the cracks, and consumers are affected either way. Platforms need to step up, and the sooner Amazon acts, the better people will be protected in their homes.
Amazon didn't dispute that the products were hazardous, but argued that it wasn't required by law to follow the same recall rules as other companies because it was merely an intermediary between its third-party sellers and buyers. But the government says otherwise.
Amazon will now be responsible for recalling these products and reaching out to people to get more of these products out of homes. This is a major step forward for consumer protection, and it helps hold online marketplaces accountable in the future.
It gives you more security in what you're buying for your family, for yourself, for someone else.
This is Michelle Renee Quinn.
All right, well, I guess we're turning things over to weather now. Temperatures, they're going to be in the upper 80s this afternoon. Definitely a stretch from where we are this morning, though. Our winds are calm. Temperatures are going to warm into the upper 50s. We are going to see that already early this morning. Some of us have fallen a little bit below that, some of us waking up to the mid-50s. Not a bad start, but it is humid out there. Pretty sunrise you can see overlooking downtown Madison. We'll already be in the mid-70s by 10 in the morning, and then by the lunchtime hour, the lower 80s. So we'll be warming up pretty quickly, and that's actually how our trend is going to stay as far as temperatures go. These reds building back up yesterday. Some areas topped out at 90, 91, 92. That included La Crosse, Janesville, Wisconsin Dells. We topped out at 89 in Madison. But you can see this is an actual ridge building, and even into Canada, above average temperatures are going to continue the next several days. No relief really underway, even though fall starts on Sunday. We're 6 days out from that, and temperatures are not going to feel fall-like at all. This is the outlook as we're heading into the mid to end of September. Above average temperatures likely going to stick around. You can see the maroon, that's for the UP mainly, parts of Michigan, and then also Door County, the Green Bay area, well above average temperatures. That's about a 90 to 95% chance of seeing those well above average temperatures. We're still probably within that 70 to 80% category of that. Really the only part of the country that's going to be seeing cooler temperatures, Idaho, places in northern Utah, Montana, western Colorado. So not a lot of the country seeing relief from the warmer temperatures. And like I mentioned, we're going to see that continue probably even into the late portions of September. We have really seen no rainfall. The most recent kind of bigger rainfall, you have to go all the way back to August 30th. That's when we got 0.8 of an inch. We've only seen 1/100th of an inch of rainfall on the 5th and 6th. That puts us only at 2/100ths of an inch of rainfall so far the month of September. That's about 1 3/4 of an inch below where we should be. The next 5 days, no rain at all in the forecast. Possibly some as we're heading into this upcoming weekend. The chances right now do look slim, though. Maybe a few isolated thunderstorms with that as well. We really, really need the rain.
We sure do. Those numbers that you showed really helps put things in perspective. Savannah, thank you.
It's crazy.
It is. 6:16, let's check in with Josh Potter, see what's going on in the 608. Yeah, we're talking about an opportunity for you to attend a fundraiser concert this week while supporting a great cause for families in Rock County.
That's right. That's where we find Josh this morning. He's live in Janesville with the story. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're live here in Janesville, right outside the Rock County Historical Society. This is where there's going to be a big fundraising concert this Thursday for Delivering Bags of Hope. And we're learning more about that positive impact here in the 608 this morning. I have Heather and Patrick joining us this morning. Guys, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh, so this is going to be such a great place to be on Thursday night. Heather, I want to start with you. Bags of Hope, what is this all about here in this community?
So Bags of Hope provides 350 families with 2 weeks worth of groceries over the holiday break. And then it also provides 50 seniors with the same supplies. And that's when the free and reduced lunches and the other resources are really limited. So we jump in and we provide that for them.
So Bags of Hope obviously has a lot of history right here in this community, Patrick.
It absolutely does. This is something that was started years ago in the old GM plant that was working here in Janesville. Actually, one of our real good friends, her mother started the program. She was a nurse at the GM plant, and it was originally helping the families of GM over the holiday break. In 2008, when the GM plant was getting ready to close, they transferred it. They asked the district if we would be willing to take it on, and we did. And so since 2008, the school district has been working this program to try to provide these extra resources to families, especially like Heather said, over the winter break when the kids don't have access to school meals. It's really a lifesaver for a lot of the families.
So where we're standing this morning, this is where the concert's going to be Thursday night. So what is this benefit concert really for?
Well, it's to help us jumpstart our fundraising season. So $30 gets you an awesome concert, but it also is a huge support for our program. Each bag roughly costs about $125, or each family costs $125. So it's really a big supporter for us.
And we have some video we want to show folks because this is really a community effort, and there's a lot of history here, just the impact that's been made.
Absolutely. I mean, the big day for the actual delivering of the bags for the families is December 14th, and it is for a lot of people. It kicks off the holiday season for them. But it's, we have hundreds of volunteers that come to the Dollar General Distribution Center here on the south side of town, put all the food together, put it all organized in the bags, and then lines of cars show up, and we just start putting them into the cars, and people drive off with their address and the phone number to call the family before they do it. We have lots of community partnerships, you know, Dollar General, Seneca Foods, Mercy Hospital, and so many more. It's a really great community effort that people have come together for.
And of course, if you can't come out here for the concert, you guys are always looking for that support.
Yes, yes. We have several events coming up this fall. We have a trivia night on November 7th. We have a girls' night out of Rock County support night, which is going to be at Sidelines Pub and Grill, and that is on November 13th.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time this morning. We'll have all of this up on channel3000.com. And of course, coming up about 6:45, we're going to talk a little bit more about the concert, what folks can expect here on Thursday night. But this is your chance to be able to have some fun and make a difference right here in the 608, guys.
All right, another inspiring story taking place over in Janesville.
Sounds great. All right, Josh, we'll talk to you again in a little bit. Josh is always looking for stories to share with you. So if you have an idea that you'd like to see in the 608, reach out and let him know about it.
Still ahead, some of the big winners from last night's Primetime Emmy Awards.
We're back after this.
Eric Franke, News 3 Now at 5, 6, and 10. Moving forward.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on investing right now in you, the American people. And we can chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
You don't need to battle addiction alone. Contact the great people at Wood Violet Recovery today. You could be on your way to recovery the same day. Wood Violet Recovery works with a wide range of insurance networks, so a large portion of your treatment may be covered. Wood Violet Recovery will create the treatment plan that best suits your needs. Unlike other rehab facilities, phones and laptops are welcome. Today may feel dark, but there's a brighter tomorrow. Contact Wood Violet Recovery now.
Pella windows and doors are best in class, not only from the endless styles, but for the features you can't see. Pella manufactures, tests, installs, services, and warranties their products, meaning quality craftsmanship and innovative design are built into every Pella window and door for timeless beauty and performance. Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Gas, groceries, school supplies, everything costs more. Eggs are almost twice as much as they were 4 years ago. Biden, Harris, and the Democrats keep telling us things are better. They aren't better. And Tammy Baldwin is making it worse. Raising taxes, running up debt, voting for spending that's driving inflation. 25 years in Washington and she's done nothing. It's time for a change.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
Bidenomics is working.
It's not. ABC News proved it with charts.
It was under control
on
during
inflation,
the Trump administration. Well below
gas,
$3 a gallon, 35%
and housing.
jump in home prices, folks.
Even CNN admits it.
When it comes to the economy, groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says,
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
All right, welcome back. Time now 6:23 on your Monday morning. This is a photo from Elizabeth. This is a photo from the Iron Man in Madison. So that just took place. When was that, last weekend?
Last weekend.
Yeah.
So still
My
getting some
brother
photos from
texted me
that.
and he's like, was there Iron Man in Madison? I'm like, I think so.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't-
kind
it's a
of
big
took
thing.
over the town.
Yeah.
You ran into it a little bit?
It was hard to avoid.
2 busy weekends in a row.
Yeah, Madison has just been,
Yeah.
wild the past couple of weekends. So thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing that. Congratulations to all the finishers.
Yeah.
Well, trending this morning, a cool moment from last night's Primetime Emmy Awards. Check this out. It was a Happy Days reunion. Ron Howard and Henry Winkler, of course, Richie Cunningham and the Fonz, hanging out at Arnold's Diner. They celebrated the show's 50th anniversary last night, introducing the nominees for Outstanding Directing in a Comedy Series. The two joked around, and the Fonz eventually goes over and bangs on the jukebox. Really cool to see these two legends on the stage at the same time, especially in front of a crowd like that. It's pretty cool.
Yes, and obviously this show way before my time, but the reruns were still running when I was a kid, and of course you can't get that theme song out of your head.
You were singing it earlier.
Monday, Tuesday, happy days. Wednesday, Thursday, happy days.
It's one of those iconic shows that just transcends generations. And there you go,
can't
the
forget
Fonz banging on the jukebox. Hey, all right.
It takes you back a little bit.
Pretty
There
cool.
you go.
Yeah,
Pretty
definitely.
cool. The big winners from last night include The Bear, of course, taking home 11 trophies, beating their own record for a comedy series of 10 from last year. The show picked up awards for 3 acting categories last night. The FX drama series Shogun set a single season record for most wins with 18. The Daily Show picked up its first Emmy since Jon Stewart left in 2015. On TV's biggest night, a lot of big winners last night. Celebrating some of these shows, some of these shows are hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of time to watch them, but they must be good. They're winning.
Hear that? All right, well, it's been hot out there, folks. We're going to get an update on any potential rain and a cool down coming up, right?
Yeah, definitely. Not a lot of rain coming up, but warm temperatures sticking around. We'll have that coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
We know Wisconsin workers can get the job done.
But China has been taking our jobs.
For years, our government built America's infrastructure with Chinese iron and steel. I said that's got to change.
Tammy Baldwin wrote the law to make sure American projects are made with American iron and steel. Now we're getting more work in Wisconsin.
With Wisconsin workers. Tammy Baldwin stood up to China and our government.
She got the job done.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Look at that Wendy's breakfast burrito. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, sausage. Gotta hand it to the tortilla. That sucker's holding on for dear life. The boss of breakfast, gotta be Wendy's.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
4 years ago, in this alley, rioters threw a brick at my face and knocked out my teeth. Why? Because I was a police officer. And what did Kamala Harris do? While America's cities were burning, Kamala was defending peaceful protest. She raised millions to help bail rioters out of jail and supported defunding our police, making us all less safe. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few hundred years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Bidenomics is working.
It's not.
ABC News proved it with charts.
It was under control
on
during
inflation,
the Trump administration, well below
gas,
$3 a gallon, 35%
and housing.
jump in home prices, folks.
Even CNN admits it.
When it comes to the economy, groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says,
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
Right now, an apartment fire overnight on Madison's east side. How many are displaced this morning and where that fire started?
Plus, hear from Madison's mayor on the newly proposed capital budget and how the operational deficit plays into the plans.
Good morning. A Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. It's Monday. Time to head back out that door this morning.
Time to cool things down and get some rain.
Yes, we do
Not
need
quite.
that,
Not
but
quite.
we're not there. Just not
We're
there
just
quite
not-
yet.
We're just not. Savannah is outside on the patio. And it looks like this warm stretch, dry warm stretch, is going to hang around for at least a couple of days, huh?
Yeah, I'm okay with the warm weather sticking around, but we really could use the rain. We've only seen 0.02 of an inch of rain. That's so far all of September, and we're 16 days in now, and also 6 days away from fall, and it's going to feel nothing like autumn out there. Temperatures yesterday actually topped out at 90, 91, 92 across about half of Madison's forecast or coverage area. We hit 89 in Madison. We're going to see that again out there later this afternoon. Temperatures quickly warming up. We'll be in the mid-70s by 10 a.m., the lower maybe even mid-80s by lunchtime, and then we'll top out near the 90-degree mark. I think Madison makes it up to 88 or 89 today. Couple of surrounding areas will top out in the lower 90s. Little to no rain going forward. Monday through Friday going to stay dry. Our next chance of rain possible over the weekend. And right now, guys, those chances unfortunately looking pretty slim still.
All right, Savannah will check in with you shortly. New this morning, 4 people and 2 pets are displaced after a fire on the east side. Fire crews responded to units above Victory Madison. That's a cafe. It was around 10 o'clock last night. Victory is on the corner of Atwood Avenue and Corey Street. Investigators say an electrical incident caused the fire. Madison Fire wouldn't elaborate beyond that, though. However, they did confirm that the fire started on the exterior walls. You see the damage to the building here. Damage is estimated at $250,000. Madison Fire says no one intentionally set it. The American Red Cross is helping out those displaced.
In Columbus, a woman is dead after a house fire. Officials say 63-year-old Kathleen Hamilton died from injuries in that fire. It happened last Friday on West Harrison Street near a United Methodist church. First responders arrived quickly to the scene and found the 2-story home engulfed. First responders found Hamilton seriously injured on the front lawn. Medics took her to the hospital for care where she later died, excuse me. Investigators have not determined a cause for the fire. However, they say it is not suspicious. And new this morning, people in Richland County are learning about a data breach that may affect them.
They're also finding out about this about a year after it happened. A notice on the county's website says the hack happened October 4th of last year. Cheryl Dull, former assistant to the county administrator, says county officials knew of the hack at the time but failed to disclose it. News 3 Now has not been able to verify that claim, though, because offices are closed on weekends. We could not reach out to them for comment.
The FBI is investigating what it considers a second assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump. Authorities arrested a suspect identified as 58-year-old Ryan Ruth. It happened yesterday at Trump's golf resort in West Palm Beach. Trump says he's safe and there are not any injuries from the incident. We've learned the former president arranged the visit to the golf course at the last minute.
Back in Madison, Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway is hoping to make some progress on the city's construction goals. She laid out these aims in the city's capital budget, but following through is going to be an uphill task. The new budget comes amid a deficit in the city's operating budget. The mayor is confident in the plans, though. She spoke to us on For the Record this week about that and what some of the goals are.
In my experience, the capital budget is always the easier one because you're looking at defined projects. Does that street need repair this year, right? Do we want to build that building? Like, these are they're big questions, but they're sort of more defined questions.
Mayor Rhodes Conway also spoke about the proposed centralized evidence storage facility. The Madison Police Department would use this space to preserve evidence in crimes. Evidence currently is kept at the district stations.
2 Hour 3 for the People coverage now. There are more campaign visits to the Badger State coming up. Republican Vice Presidential candidate J.D. Vance will be in Eau Claire tomorrow. His visit will be at the city's event center at 4:30. This will be the senator's second visit to Eau Claire in just over a month. The previous stop coincided with a visit by Vice President Kamala Harris. That's when they nearly crossed paths on the tarmac.
Speaking of VP Harris, she will be in Wisconsin later this week. The Democratic presidential nominee will visit Friday. It'll be her fourth appearance in the state since launching her campaign. The exact time and location are yet to be announced. We will push that information out as soon as we learn of it. Meantime, the window to request an absentee ballot is open this morning. We're going to walk you through it.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn is live this morning to show us everything that voters need to know. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris and Kyrie. Now, before you get started, you need to make sure that you're already registered to vote, and then you'll also need a photo ID. After that, the process is fairly simple. When you open up your computer, log on to myvote.wi.gov. Click Vote Absentee by Mail. Enter your name and date of birth to confirm you're registered to vote. Once registration is found, you can confirm the address you would like your ballot to be sent and request the ballot. You will need to confirm your identity by uploading a valid form of photo ID. Valid forms of ID include a driver's license, passport, school ID, or military or state ID. So any non-expired identification that includes a photo. It does not even need to have your current address. You will then be asked to select which elections you'd like an absentee ballot for. Review your information and submit your absentee ballot request. You'll be presented with a screen that updates the status of your ballot, and you can log in anytime to check that status, even after returning it. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is 5 p.m. Thursday, October 31st. Once you've received your ballot and you've finished voting, you have multiple ways for you to submit it and turn it in. Now, if you want to do that early, you might see yourself using one of these absentee ballot drop boxes from your city. This is what it looks like for the city of Madison. But if you want to vote early as well, you can also mail it back in. Now, if you prefer to submit your ballot in person, you can hold on to it until Election Day, and then you can turn it into an in-person absentee polling place.
And Michelle Renee, before we go, how can voters find where to turn in those ballots?
Yeah, so if you're looking to turn those in, you can look on myvote.wi.gov, and you'll be able to put your information in and find locations designated for you.
All right, Michelle Renee, thank you so much.
6:37 now. The Packers have their first win of the season. They did it the hard way. Jordan Love missed the game due to injury. It was Malik Willis stepping up to take the reins. He got some help from an explosive running game and some pretty sharp defense against the Indianapolis Colts yesterday in Green Bay. Willis playing his part too here. The third rounder from Liberty threw the only touchdown of the day for the green and gold. Dontavian Wicks for a 14-yard score there. It was a grind. The Packers go on to win though, 16-10.
I don't think you guys can appreciate or even comprehend the task that Malik Willis, I mean, this guy got here 3 weeks ago. And for him to be able to go out there and command our offense, there was a lot put on his plate. And for him to be able to go out there and do what he did today, I think that speaks volumes of who he is as a person and the work that he's put in. Just super proud of him.
Hey, we'll take it. The Packers next play the Tennessee Titans, so they'll head to Nashville next weekend.
All right. Well, coming up after the break, we'll tell you about the latest all-electric innovation coming to Madison.
Points, they're slowly rising. We're close to that 60-degree mark already. Temperatures not bad out there. We'll talk about when we could see some fall-like weather settle in. That's coming up.
And we're live in Janesville with how you can help out delivering bags of hope and make a positive difference here in the 608 while having a good time. That's when News 3 Now this morning continues.
Bidenomics is is working.
It's not. ABC News proved it with charts
It was under control
on
during the
inflation,
Trump administration, well below
gas,
$3 a gallon, 35%
and housing.
jump in home prices, folks.
Even CNN admits it.
When it comes to the economy, groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says,
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Champion's big window sale is back.
Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free. Buy two Champion windows, get two free? I guess that means if you buy four, you get four free. Buy six, get six free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's buy two, get two free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Women need to pay close attention
to what Eric Hovde says about access to abortion.
Hovde's all in about opposing reproductive rights.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
And he wanted Roe overturned.
Do you think Roe versus Wade should be overturned?
Yes. So Eric Hovde is okay with politicians overruling decisions of doctors like me.
My patients worry about what Hovde will take away next.
A vote for Eric Hovde means we'll lose even more control over our lives.
Women Vote is responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm Joan Balwig, and these days the cost to make Great-Grandma Balwig's blue ribbon banana bread is, well, just nuts. Wisconsin families are feeling the pinch of inflation, even on the basics. That's why I work to put dough back in your pockets. Led the effort to defend our family farms and pass the biggest tax cut in state history, because the only way to make life affordable again is to do what banana bread does and bring everyone to the table.
Drive into summer with a new Honda. Heading out for a day at the beach or a weekend in the mountains. Make an impression with the unmistakable style of the HR-V, or turn heads in the sporty Civic. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
He told us who he was.
Should abortion be punished? There has to be some form of punishment.
Then he showed us.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it, and I'm proud to have done it.
Now Donald Trump wants to go further with plans to restrict birth control, ban abortion nationwide, even monitor women's pregnancies. We know who Donald Trump is. He'll take control. We'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Young voters, we are very passionate, and we really are focused on our future.
A fresh generation of voters is changing the way politics are played.
I think it's a great opportunity to try and promote unity in our country.
I'm talking to young people to see how they're getting involved with the local, state, and national campaigns, and how this could potentially impact the November election.
In a close state like Wisconsin, the youth vote could be the determining factor in who becomes the next president.
3 for the People, tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Time now 6:42 on your Monday. The city of Madison is adding a fully electric garbage truck to its fleet.
That's right, a garbage truck. It's the first vehicle of its kind in the state, and you can check it out for yourself coming up. The demonstration is happening tomorrow at Crete Truck Center on Commercial Avenue. At 10 a.m., you can get a tour of the facility. A half an hour later, they're going to show off the truck. Crete gained certification for electric vehicle work a year ago.
All right, 6:42 now. Let's check in with Savannah, planning your day. Good morning.
Good morning. It's going to be another hot day ahead today, well above average temperatures. In fact, it'll be about 15, close to 20 degrees above normal. Partly sunny skies, though. I do think we'll see a little bit more cloud cover than what we had yesterday. Still a decent amount of sunshine, though. We'll already be in the mid-70s by 10 in the morning. Pushing lunchtime, definitely the lower, maybe a couple areas at that point in time already in the mid-80s, and then we'll top out near 90. Keeping in mind, fall starts Sunday with these well above average temperatures. It's not going to feel like it, and I don't think we're really going to see relief even early next week. 70s are in the forecast. That's above average too. Today, like I mentioned, near 90. Tomorrow we're down to 86. That's still about 13 degrees though above average. We should be at 73. So our average temperature is now down into the lower 70s. That falls a degree Wednesday, Thursday into Friday to 72. Still 12 degrees above average with the forecast high set at 84 degrees. We're really lacking the rainfall too. Might see some relief in this as we head closer to the weekend, that Saturday, Sunday time frame. This is well above average precipitation over the Great Plains. You can see maybe just west of Madison. This is only about a 33% chance of seeing above normal precipitation. The rest of the area around average. This is pushing mid to late September, that 22nd to the 26th, that time frame. This is where we should be compared to how much we've only seen. The 5th and the 6th of September, we had 1/10 or 100th of an inch of rain. Both of those days, we're only at 200ths of an inch. This is so far all of September. We're 16 days in. This is where we should be. 1.73 inches, so just under 1 3/4 of an inch. We're nowhere near that. Today through Friday, staying dry. There's absolutely really no rain in the forecast across southern Wisconsin until Saturday and Sunday. Maybe a few isolated thunderstorms during that time frame as well. We really need the rain. Our updated drought monitor will come out Thursday morning. I do think abnormally dry conditions will expand it pretty much everywhere. Maybe even seeing a moderate drought at that point in time too.
All right, we'll be sure to keep close tabs on this.
Yes.
Savannah, thank you. 6:45, let's check in and see what's going on in the 608 this morning. There was an opportunity for you to attend a fundraiser concert this week while supporting a great cause for families in Rock County.
Josh Prider is live in Janesville this morning with the details. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. We are live outside the Rock County Historical Society in Janesville. This is where the benefit concert is going to be for Delivering Bags of Hope this coming Thursday. And we're learning a little bit more about the positive impact being made right here in the 608. I have Heather and Denise joining us this morning. Heather, I want to start with you. Bags of Hope makes a huge difference in this community. What exactly is this all about?
So Bags of Hope provides 350 families and 50 seniors with 2 weeks worth of food during the holiday break. When resources are really limited, end of year resources are limited for the seniors, and we just jump in and help.
So this is one of the biggest fundraisers coming up this Thursday, and you're sporting this shirt because this is going to be a good time, Denise.
Yes, Rod Tough Curls is a high-energy band, and we're fortunate to be able to have them come here to Janesville to do this fundraiser for us. This is their second year here, so they're familiar with the area, and we really want everyone to come out. It's Thursday night. $30 is the price for the tickets before the concert, $45 at the gate.
Awesome. And this is going to be where the space is you're seeing right here this morning. And of course, you know, Delivering Bags of Hope, you guys won't be able to do this without the support of the community. We have some video that we want to show folks because this really is a community effort.
Yes, so December 14th is when we're doing the actual drive. So if anyone's looking, you know, you can't donate monetarily, but you can donate your time. We'll definitely take you on December 14th. It's kind of the kickoff to the holiday season for a lot of people because they like to get out, and it's a big community effort.
Let's talk a little bit about the history because this has impacted so many families' lives right here in the Janesville area.
Yes, this is our 16th year of doing this, and we have raised $50,000 for the past 5 years, and prior to that, it was around $40,000. But the community comes out and helps all of our families as much as they can, either like Heather said, volunteering or by donations.
And it's one of those things, too, it doesn't take a lot of effort for folks to be able to come forward. Even those small donations can make a big difference.
Yes, yep. I mean, I think we did the math of if half of Janesville donated $20, we'd have $600,000. So, like, think of how much an impact just $20 could make.
That's huge. And I love how you guys continue to grow, you continue to do things, and this has become a big hit right here itself.
Absolutely. Our fundraisers have become a big hit, and we've got a lot of people coming out on Thursday night, so we hope to see everyone there.
Awesome. So tickets available, people can get them right now?
Yeah, tickets are available right now at the Janesville School District website, or they will be available at the gate, but the price will be a little higher.
Awesome. And yeah, like you mentioned, people can really give back at any time, even more more than just this week.
Yes, so we also have some events coming up. November 7th, we have a trivia night. And then on November 13th, Girls Night Out Rock County is hosting us as a beneficiary of their event for November. So November 13th at Sidelines Pub and Grill.
Oh, wonderful. Great ways to give back. Of course, we'll have all this up on channel3000.com. Thank you guys so much for having us out, and it's going to be a fun place to be here on Thursday night. If you'd like to learn more about what's happening here outside of the Rock County Historical Society this Thursday and how you can give back to delivering bags of hope, just go to this story on channel3000.com, guys.
Isn't that a cool building? I love buildings like that. The Rock County Historical Society building is just so gorgeous, and kudos to all the work that they do to preserve that history that means so much.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, thank you so much. And remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or, of course, email us at inthe608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, let's get our coat count. Our Coats for Kids campaign is going on right now. We are up to 466 items donated so far. We've got a long way to go to reach our goal, folks, and we cannot do it without you. So you've got until Saturday, October 5th to make that donation of gently used or new coats, hats, mittens, scarves, gloves, all that kind of stuff at any Clinky Cleaners location or at the Lucia Family YMCA. If you don't have any clothes to contribute, you can always make a donation. Just go to channel3000.com.
And that goal is $5,000, so take a look in those closets.
Let's do it.
See what you got. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. But coming up in the morning sprint, the problems caused by coming to work while sick.
If you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us their picture. We'll show it on TV.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We all know costs are too high, but while corporations are gouging families, Trump is focused on giving them tax cuts. But Kamala Harris is focused on you.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll make groceries more affordable by cracking down on price gouging. And she'll cut housing costs by taking on corporate speculators. Middle-class families build America. We need a leader who has their back.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
3 years ago, I had an abortion of a desperately wanted and loved baby. Joan Ballwig wants to ban all abortion, with no exceptions. Not for rape or incest, not to save the mother's life. I know what it's like when women have to make these heartbreaking decisions. The very last person who should have anything to do with it is a politician like Joan Ballwig.
The Friends of the Middleton Performing Arts Center present Rick Lindy and the Jukebox Legends, a musical tribute to the early roots of rock and roll. Saturday, September 28th. One show only. Tickets available online now.
4 years ago, rioters set this Minneapolis police station on fire, trying to burn me and my fellow police officers alive. Governor Tim Walz left us for dead. And Kamala Harris?
This is a movement, I'm telling you. Everyone beware. They're not going to let up, and they should not.
She raised millions to help bail rioters out of jail and supported defunding the police. Kamala sold cops out and put families at risk. Kamala Harris is too weak and too dangerous to be president.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I have prepared a Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens, no. They're from the pantry.
Are you from England?
Nay, I am also from the pantry. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
This ad is a complete lie. The truth is, Tammy Baldwin's never shared inside information with her partner. And Tammy Baldwin's leading the fight to ban senators from purchasing any individual stocks. It's Eric Hovde, who owns a $3 billion California bank. And Hovde's bank takes millions from unknown foreign interests, meaning we'd have no idea who Eric Hovde would really be working for. Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Your local funeral home since 1869. We are Cress.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
New this morning, 4 people and 2 pets are displaced after a fire on Madison's east side. Fire crews responded to the units above the Victory Madison Cafe. It's on the corner of Atwood Avenue and Corey Street. Investigators say an electrical incident caused the fire. They say it was not intentional.
Also new this morning, people in Richland County are learning about a data breach that may affect them. A notice on the county's website says the hack took place about a year ago. County officials, though, according to one former staffer, knew of the hack at the time, but failed to disclose it. News 3 Now is trying to verify that claim.
And in Columbus, a woman is dead after a house fire. Officials say 63-year-old Kathleen Hamilton died from injuries from the fire. It happened last Friday on West Harrison Street near the United Methodist Church. First responders arrived quickly to the scene and found the 2-story home engulfed. Investigators say the cause of the fire is not suspicious.
The FBI is investigating what it considers a second assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump. They have a suspect in custody, identified as 58-year-old Ryan Ruth. It happened yesterday at Trump's golf resort in West Palm Beach. Trump says that he is safe and that no one is hurt. It comes 9 weeks after the assassination attempt in Pennsylvania.
And an autopsy is scheduled for today following the death of an inmate at the Rock County Jail. Authorities say the inmate died over the weekend. Authorities say a correctional officer discovered the inmate hanging from his cell while doing a routine checkup. Paramedics performed life-saving measures but were unsuccessful. An investigation is ongoing.
First warned traffic alert in Lone Rock. The intersection at State Routes 130 and 133 will be closed starting today. It's the intersection across the river to Porter Road. It's for a construction project. The closure will last 2 weeks. More information, including alternate routes and detours, can be found at channel3000.com.
A study by the University of South Florida says many employees feel pressure to work while sick. The study found many organizations have a culture where employees are expected to come in even if they're not feeling well. The study found working while sick leads to lost productivity, mistreatment of coworkers, and can even push employees to leave the company.
Well, this just in, Vice President Kamala Harris will be in Madison this Friday. That is according to the State Journal, which just put out a report saying that Harris will be in town Friday for a campaign rally happening in the evening. The location of that rally has yet to be announced.
And we are tracking warm temperatures still well above average. A high of 88 today. That breaks down some as you head into the weekend. But even at 81 and 78 Saturday and Sunday will still be warm, very mild. Slight chance of showers, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms. We really need the rain. I mean, we've seen 2/100ths of an inch so far. We're 16 days into the month.
Which is not much at all,
It's
even
crazy.
for like the summertime. So.
I know, yeah, it was so wet and now it's so dry.
All right, well, keep us posted.
I will.
All right, we'll leave you with a shot from the Rock County Historical Society. We're back in 30 minutes.